Welcome to Beyond Wall Street, presented by Arixa Capital, where expert investors make their unique investment strategies easy to understand. My name is Brzeski, and I'm the founder and chief investment officer of Arixa Capital Advisors based in Los Angeles. Arixa Capital is a non-bank lender to real estate investors, and we're also a fund manager so that we can distribute the income from the loans that we make to investors so that they can have steady income and preservation of capital. I started working as a full-time real estate investment professional in 2002, working for Sam Freshman, and I worked closely with him for 8 or 9 years before starting my first fund, making real estate loans. And since that time, 2010, we've made 1,700 real estate loans totaling about $1.7 billion, and we've been able to generate steady returns for investors for 11 years. And I also understand that there are other fund managers who have also had a good steady set of returns during that period. And I became very interested in understanding how these different strategies are generating their returns. So Beyond Wall Street is a series of interviews with fund managers about how they do what they do, getting underneath the hood and really understanding what makes their strategy work, how do they generate returns, and what risks are their strategies taking on so investors can have a realistic assessment. So investors can learn about different strategies, but also not learning from a salesperson, but learning from the person who makes the returns happen. Individual investors have not typically used alternative investments as much as the endowments and the pension funds and the huge investors. But I think that's the next major trend. And that's part of why I think the time is right today for Beyond Wall Street. The goal of this project is to demystify alternative investments for individual investors and wealth managers and registered investment advisors, and to give them an appreciation for how the returns are generated and what risks are really involved. And ultimately, the goal is to help investors move closer to where they want to be. So if you have a certain amount of savings and you know you need a certain amount of income to retire comfortably, I'd like to help people reach that objective. And if all you know is stocks and bonds, you may not have enough savings to retire. But if you discover alternative investments that generate more income, that could play a real meaningful role in giving people a better quality of life in retirement, whether that is an individual or even a pension fund or an endowment to sort of scout for new talent and new managers with interesting strategies. I think my interview style tends to be direct and in-depth, and I don't shy away from the tough questions. In fact, I am trying to figure out the toughest question that I can ask. That is my goal in the interview, is to keep on digging until I find that slightly raw area that is going to be the most instructive. I will always stay focused on adding value for the people that are spending their time watching or listening. That's our job, is to give you a return on investment of your time. I'm Brzeski, and you've been listening to Beyond Wall Street.